In this episode, I want us to talk about something, how the death of Babita came about. It is very, very important to understand that Babita discover millions, right? Then report to the CEO. After reporting to the CEO, her name is Lerato. And she states that I'm scared. This is more dangerous. But look at this. 3 weeks after discovering all of this, she's gone. Well, I'm not saying the CEO did anything. No. I'm not saying the CEO is involved was in the group of Abo Matlala. No, I'm not saying that. But at the same time, I'm not saying the CEO protected Babita, because at this particular juncture where we're standing, there seems to be no proof yet, which proves that after reporting such allegations, she or measures were put in place to protect her, seeing that she has already indicated that her life is in danger. Now, allow me to unpack, but take everything that I said with a pinch of salt and use the word allegedly. With that being said, let's proceed. Now, we start from this one. On the 3rd of August 2021, listen to this. The Acting Chief Financial Officer, Gauteng Department of Health, Johannesburg 200, report on possible fraudulent transaction identified. To provide a report on the acting SFO as follows up to my electronic discussion on the 3rd of August 2021. On the 3rd of August 2021, during the analysis of the payment run, it was identified that the greatest value of transactions that were on the payment run was for Tembisa Hospital, which was 104 million of the 166 million that was due for release. The immediate cause for further analysis, it was identified that most of the transaction was below 500,000 value quotation value. A further search was conducted on the internet for some of the companies to whom payment was due for release, and these companies could not be identified as legitimate. So so right there, you get the sense that Babita discovered that no. You guys are paying ghost companies. We can't verify those companies. Now, this story of Babita, it goes back to the story of Malaka, the DTI CEO. They discovered that about 800 million spent on a tender for oxygen plant. Turns out that that company cannot also, was not supposed to be there. They say it's a ghost company. Do you see where I'm going with this? There seems to be some similarities here. But before, let's read this. Babita then will also write the following and say, "Morning SFO, I am just worried that the guys in Tembisa are going to realize we are not releasing their payment and know that we on to something. Our lives could be in danger." Then they reported this. The SFO responded, "Morning, Babita. I have requested the HOD to grant approval for investigation. Thank you. I'm praying she grant approval soon so that work can start. Thank you so much for the support." That's what Babita will say. It then takes us to this thing. On April 2021 to July 2021, purchase order report between 400,000 to 500,000. Now, you can see there that, the Tembisa Hospital, it's at the top, highlighted with the yellow. And all thanks given to News 24, by the way, for this thorough investigation. What I'm trying to bring or highlight here is people that follows procedure, where are they? They become vulnerable to the likes of Abo Matlala, Ale, Chekli. Now, the very same people you are reporting this to, somehow they have a way of leaking information. We don't know who leaked the information, but we do know that Babita had raised this with the SFO to say, Chief Financial Officer, to say, listen, I'm scared. My questions will be, what was done to make sure that Babita does not suffer what she suffered? That's the most important part that I want you to understand. But before we can proceed, or I can proceed, I would like you to do this. If you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To like the video, it is free of charge. You can also join. Click the join button. Become a member of this YouTube channel. You will pay from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also make use of the Super Thanks button. You can donate from as little as 20 Rand a month as we proceed. Now, I want you to notice something as you have done the right thing. Right. I want you to understand that I'm still shocked that there are people who will tell Mkhwanazi, why didn't you follow the procedure like about Beitenbach? Because Babita serve as a greater example. Look at this. When they look at the money, Tembisa Hospital, right? Remember that Tembisa Hospital, it links back to Matlala, right? But let's focus on this. They say that they say supplied by Hast on time suppliers controlled by Hangwani Morgan Maumela. Now, if you understand who's this, you will need to go back to News 24, where they show you that guy links back to Ramaphosa. So once you hear that name, Morgan Maumen, you know what they are talking about. Now let's talk about, let me read this letter. It comes from the journalist, the investigative journalist working for News 24, Jeff Wicks. He had this to say. 4 years ago today, Babita filed a report flagging 850 million in suspicious Tembisa hospital payment. Within weeks, she was dead. This is the price of knowing too much. I'm interested to know what was done to protect her. The SFO, I'm interested to know what she did. The Chief Financial Officer. Is she not somehow obligated by law to put some measures in place or report this to her superior if she's got superiors? Like such, I'm interested to know what was done. But here, the same Jeff Wick says, on the 3rd of August 2021, Babita discovered 104 million in trouble procurement anomalies at Tembisa Hospital. She froze payment and informed acting SFO Lerato Mandio. This was the beginning of Babita's end. Right? Thanks to the work of this investigative journalist. Babita, as we report, Babita formalized her findings in this report to Mario, calling for a forensic investigation. She expressed her fears around the danger these findings posed. Her instinct will prove tragical cause. Between August 11 to 17, Babita reportedly escalated her concerns to the Lerato, the mayor, the SFO, reiterating her growing fear of a potential retaliation. She spoke of the guys from Tembisa, chilling reference to those she exposed. Again, the story continues. There's one aspect that I am going to pay attention to. So far as the story of Matlala, Morgan, Maumela, Babita, I'm interested to know what was done. Because the commission is going to argue, some will argue that, but this serves as a biggest example of people failing to protect those who expose crime. But let's proceed. On the 23rd of August 2021, Babita was gunned down in a hit-style assassination near her Winchester Hills home. 6 hitmen silenced her forever. I think I remember pictures of that, and it was horrifying. Then they said the corruption Babita uncovered staggering thousands of transactions worth 800 million from April to July 2021 alone. Many were processed just under 500,000 threshold to bypass stricter regulations. But what are the price of knowing too much? But let's proceed. Babita's finding revealed that early warning signs of rampant fraud, Mudane in terms were purchased at grossly inflated cost, and politically connected entities scored lucrative medical contract. This department is independent. I told you. There's nothing independent about independent institutions. There's nothing independent there. IPID is independent from police. There's nothing independent about IPID. Police are independent from the ANC or from the ruling party or from the president. That's local pala things classified. What is independent then about police? The minister is independent. There's no such a thing as independent. Government is independent from the ANC. Who are serving in the government? Members of the ANC. How is government independent from the ANC? Guys, we got fooled broad daylight and you allow yourself to be fooled. How is it that government is full of ANC people, is full of political people, but you still want to argue that they are independent? Independent from what? What is the word independent, Gandhi? But nonetheless, let's proceed. Despite Babita's agent warning about her safety, formal escalation of her findings was delayed or ignored. The system designed to protect whistleblowers failed spectacular when it matters the most. Something I've just said now. I am interested to know what happened. But let's proceed to this one. 6 hired assassins stalked Babita for over a month before killing her. They later revealed she was targeted for creating problems at work. The mastermind walks free. Babita's murder was sent a shockwave across South Africa, highlighting the deadly risk faced by those who expose corruption. Her death became a symbol of courage against corruption and the urgent need for whistleblowers' protection. But will whistleblower ever and ever get protected? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think there is an intention to do so. But nonetheless, they are saying today, 4 years after the report, Babita's name stands as a testament to integrity in public service. She paid the ultimate price for doing what was right, and her sacrifice must not be in vain. Well, the only time the sacrifice will not be in vain is if there is the political will to protect those people. But if there's no will, then it will be in vain. Forget, it will be in vain. But let's proceed. The corruption network that killed Babita are still out there until we see the real accountability. For those who ordered the assassination, her death remains an open wound in democracy. Do you think they are even feeling that pain? I think they are celebrating. As soon as they took her life, they were drinking champagnes and what at the expense of somebody's blood. When it was spilled and there was an evidence and it was reported that she's dead, somebody was celebrating. So because there was celebration somewhere, then do you think there will ever be accountability? Nevertheless, I want you to listen to this. Somebody then commented and say, if Mkhwanazi was to follow SAPS channels as according to Kachalia, who looks like a rat, they will have deposed of him. We will see if they will renew Mkhwanazi's contract in December. Hey, I don't think they will. I actually saw something that says Mkhwanazi must be removed. Growing concerns or growing calls for Mkhwanazi to be removed. I just don't know. That is what I have for you today. What I wanted to bring was the fact that people have paid the ultimate price. Number one, for knowing too much, but with inverted commas, because they knew what they were supposed to know. 2, for doing the right thing. 3, it would have been better that we hear today that, you know what, when she reported this is what we did to protect her. I believe that when the Commission of Inquiry shall have started, this matter should be scrutinized and focus on the people that were meant to protect her and bring those people to the fore and let them account as to what did you do when this was raised. If they did nothing, if they say we were still going to do, they must lose their jobs. They must be arrested if need be. Their pensions must be deducted so that people understand that you can't sit there and do nothing. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? People are, it's like, for me, I look at this thing like a parent. If your child, like, let's be reasonable. Let's just use logic here. If your child was to report to you that, listen, I am being bullied at school. It's not even a matter of maybe life and death, but it's a matter of being bullied. You would have stood up and sought that matter. But here is a person who reports that my life is in danger, and yet you were still dragging your feet. For that reason, just that reason alone, people must be punished for that. If it means that they should be declared unfit to hold a public office, so be it. Everyone that was supposed to protect her, that knew about this and did nothing, must be declared unfit to hold a public office and be just like what they did to Dumien. Say, look, she was declared not fit to even be part of any board. For that reason, that Babita is dead, people must be declared that you are not even supposed to be part of any board, so people understand the real consequences of not protecting those that speak out. And so people understand that if you act with agency when it comes to your child, you should be acting with the same agency when it comes to the people you are leading. You can't preside over people, and there's a matter of agency, and you act. When the men are, today we don't have this woman because of these people. Some people in this government offices and facilities must explain the death of Babita. Nevertheless, what are you learning? I want to ask you this question, maybe this way. Looking at the rate of people that who died or get killed for the truth, and the rate of crime on an opposite scale, does it give you courage to do the right thing? And I'm not saying the right thing in a sense of being in a government facility, but I'm saying the right thing in general. Do you get a courage to stop at the stop sign, wait for your turn, wait for the robot to turn green so that you can pass? Just simple things like that. Does it encourage right doing? When you look at the level of people that get killed for doing the right thing and the prevalence of crime on an opposite scale, does it encourage good behavior? That's one way to look at it. There is a person that keeps reminding me of somebody that died in Tembisa Hospital, that disappeared in Tembisa Hospital. I need to follow up. Apparently, there's a person that disappeared there. Guys, we need to follow up on that. I need to follow up on that too. Let me see you on the next episode.